Alright, hello, welcome. Yes, dogs. Too bad it's not cats. I changed it back to this screen really quick because I changed my leaderboard showing to all time instead of just monthly to see this long list of Ember and Spark supporters. I want to thank everybody on this list. It's appreciated. I know the Sparks don't mean anything to me since I'm not a partner, but it's still cool that you guys spend them here. And Avor with the far lead on Sparks over Boo. Anyway, today we are playing a summer with Shiba Inu? I didn't realize this was a story game, but it is what it is. Thank you for that, host, Angel, and Tiger. Alright, everything looks good on the stream. We are gonna start. Hey, Max, you really can't tell me where you're taking us? Nope, I can't tell you. It's a secret. I don't know how Max would sound, but... This is my old friend Max, who I haven't seen in years. Yesterday, he said he would take me to lunch and show me around the city. Jordan is here. Jordan, this is a game about doggos. Game seems a little loud. Thanks for that, host Dementia. We're currently in the central zone of Taipa, the capital city of Shiba Island. A lot has changed since I moved away. Jordan, I do not like you rubbing on my stream deck. You might push buttons. Buttons do things. Max moved here several years after I did. I'm a little embarrassed that he's the one showing me around like I'm a tourist. Taipa is as bustling as ever, with the central zone being one of its busiest areas. As Max guides us towards our unknown destination, dogs mill around the street. Whoa, dog went by. It's busy on the street. Hard to avoid pushing against other dogs as we walk. Huge digital signs shine brightly, even in broad daylight. Cute coffee shops, each with its own unique decor, catch my eye as well. One has lush vines creeping all over the storefront, leaving only a gap for the entrance. Through the gap in the vines, I catch a glimpse of what looks more plant life and thick tree stumps that serve as tables. Hey, that place seems really cool. Let's check it out sometime. Max pauses to look at as I point. He cranes his neck to look inside. I've noticed it before, too. On the way to work. I'd be happy to try it out. A short walk later. Oh, I have to push A. I thought it was loading. After several turns, we step in front of a building. The building is made of red brick, with some steps leading up. Ta-da! I know it doesn't look like much out here, but the virtual tour looked great on Bark. Max approaches the door, but it doesn't open. He starts catching himself before he runs face first into the door. He nudges the door with his shoulder. It doesn't budge. The door's broken. No idea. It seems like an electric place. That's the reason I chose it. Maybe... Jordan, get your butt out of my face. Maybe there's some secret password we need to enter. ... Can you look it up? Already on it. Max calls up his wrist phone menu, making some gestures in the air. ... We need to figure this out. Dude, Jordan! She jumped down and then I put my controller down and her face hit it. Thanks for that, host Radical. We need to figure this out. Some reviews, a duel, something interesting. We need to enter. But they don't say outright what it is. What's the place called? It's just one letter. Q. Maybe it's closed today. I checked. It shouldn't be. And if they couldn't update their real-time schedule for some reason, that's really weird. Wait. What is that? Isn't that a doorknob? Almost a dork knob. Thanks for the host, bot, wife, and Sarah. What? A doorknob. Thanks for the host, Waddy. You mean, wait, I remember something. Oh, come on. It hasn't been that long. Why do I feel old because of the fact that I've seen doorknobs before? I sit down before protruding sphere and grip it with both paws. Jordan, if you jump down, don't jump right back up. I sit down before the protruding sphere and grip it with both my paws. I'm able to turn it without losing my balance. The door swings inward to reveal a staircase. Good thing knobs were phased out, though. Whoever invented these things clearly did not understand the anatomy of dogs. Jeez. That's how you're supposed to play it? It's precisely why many houses use them for rooms that puppies aren't allowed into. My parents used it for the pantry. I remember trying to bite the knob to get to the promised land of treats, but ended up only with particularly sore jaw instead. My wife's not home. She's out on the trails with her friends. I don't know what upgrade she used. Well, there we go. Aha, I haven't seen these things since Arlena days. Our eyes meet. He looks away. ... Anyway, we're here. The stairs lead to an area with wooden floor paneling. There are rooms that have raised base separated by the main area with sliding panels. Don't you have to, like, tail whip his torpedoes back at him or something? The panels have some membrane-like material that's thin enough to let light through, but thick enough that we can't see into the room. Dogs come up as red. A dog comes up to us in red traditional dress. It's fashioned with several layers, with a large golden button holding it up neatly over the dog's shoulder. Jeez, that bass is being picked up. Hey, BX. I don't know why my mic picks up the bass from my subwoofer like that. Weird. Just must be that low frequency. Welcome! Hi, I called earlier and made a reservation. Thanks for the host, BX. He talks with the server, and we're led to one of the rooms. I hoist myself up the ledge and make myself comfortable on one of the cushions around the low wooden table on the center of the room. The server gives us menus and leaves, after a courteous bow. Take your time. I'm guessing you haven't had food like this since you left. Oh yeah? Woof! I've forgotten all about these. Order anything you like, my treat. There's a lot of options. I flipped through the tea menu. This place serves them with ancient methods, with multi-part clay. Artists that I've never remembered on the names of. Apparatus? It invokes the image of my parents pouring boiling water, steam I think my neighbor is about to mow, shuddering their concentrated faces. There are a lot of rules about how long to steep the tea and the order of pouring the water in and out. I never really paid attention when I was a puppy, and after my parents' generation, it seemed like a lost art. If this place shows us tea steeping process, I definitely won't let a second chance to learn about it pass by. I need to see if I need to close the window. Somebody is mowing, but it's the other side, so the mic shouldn't pick it up. Putting out the fires now, BX? That's a good thing to do. Isn't it interesting that they still use these books as menus? I remember they were pretty much phased out, along with... Whoa. How'd I pause it? Dot dot dot. Dork knobs. Yeah, that's one of the things. Well, this place is known online for retro atmosphere, which is why they only take phone reservations, no usual order screens either. Really interesting how fast things have changed in the island. Though, maybe that's just my perception, because first of all, I didn't know what is supposed to be normal nowadays. What's it like where you were living? They're kind of a stage, like when I left here actually. I hear the lawnmower, but it's not being picked up on the mic. You saw my phone. They have similar levels of technology in K9. K9. Nice. The puns are gonna be K4 level in this, I can see. So obviously my Shiba Island phone doesn't work there, but I kept it in good condition just in case I'd come back, you know? I used to have a dog named Shiba. It was spelled differently. Ha. You have a lot to see here then. Next time I'll take you out to a regular restaurant and you'll get to see how fast everything is. The server returns and we order some long tea to share. I ordered some egg crepe rolls with ham and corn, and Max gets the century egg and pork Oni? As we wait, I ask Max about the technology changes. He shows me how to set up a custom gesture on my new wrist phone, but I still treat it with caution. Call it habit, but I'm hesitant to be gesturing in the air in such a large holographic interface. It seems my purpose is to use the old touchscreens and a small phone. The hologram just seems overkill. Not to mention, the companies that make these phones must be tracking such information. They know what we read, who we call, where we are, but somewhere, some team of data Shibas are making predictive models and segmentation analysis of this data. Oh, sorry, I spaced out. Were you saying something? Jeez, this dog is like real life. Hello, Jess. How are you doing? And I noticed something on my leaderboard. You're on there twice. You and your alt. I changed it to all time and I saw that this morning and I laughed. Haha, getting confused by all this new tech? Maybe a little. Don't worry, a lot of information to take in. Here, try sending something to me like this. A Sid dog. App Obork Talk. Test. Mad Maxie. Come on, you couldn't have texted something else? Pretend it's an actual conversation? Hey, we sent a text message. You're in the same room. Cry. Hey, let's take a selfie. No. But first, let me take a selfie. As Max shows me how to install new software and customize my interface, we hear the server slowly slide open the screen door, giving us enough time to swipe away our hologram phone screens. Why would they need to hide their screens from the server? Maybe because it's an old school place? 2 servers enter this time, carrying tea making set. The set consists of a large hollow bottom panel with holes to let out steam from the hot water. They begin the process of lining up various teacups on top of the panel stand. The dogs carefully place tea leaves in the pot. They aren't using any measuring instruments, but the practiced way they gather and sprinkle the leaves shows impressive muscle memory. With one fluid motion, they pour steaming water in each of the cups. As the tea is steeping, our food arrives. I take a moment to simply look fondly at the egg crepe rolls. The way steam rises from under the soft crepe skin, the smell of ham misting out towards me. It really has been so long. It's so weird that I used to eat this almost every day. Hello, Ray. That was the first time that sound went off. Gonna dump them 2 million, nice. Been really long, so it's so weird. I used to eat almost every day, and now it's been years. I feel like I'm going back in time. All the spaghetti monsters. I'm finally the highest level on Mixer to use the $1 million button, and I don't have 1 million sparks yet. I need to hit that 1 million so I could drop that 1 million on someone. Egg crepes are a simple dish, usually made in under 2 minutes by the breakfast stalls. I used to frequent on the island. An egg is cracked and dropped onto the surface of a sizzling metal plate. The fairy versus the spaghetti monster. And the corgi. Jordan wants to say hi. Jordan, say hi. She has received 31 pets. I need to see if I can transfer those commands. The cook used a metal spatula to smooth out the eggs so it's a thin liquid layer. No fraffle yet, boo. You can in Nightbot? Okay. When the egg is cooked around halfway, a thin crepe is laid on top of it and flipped so the egg layer is on top and the crepe is on the sizzling plate. Sorry, boo. You are nowhere near Havor on this leaderboard. Because of Van's cats. Then, on top, the cook adds the other ingredients of choice, such as ham or corn. Once fully cooked, the entire crepe is... Oh. I hit the wrong button. I hit trailer instead of gameplay. Once fully cooked, the entire crepe is quickly rolled up and cut into bite-sized portions on the spatula. Using a flat surface of the same spatula, the portions are then scooped up swiftly to place on a takeout box. Hope you enjoy. You could try some of my congee if you want. I was feeling something light. During this time, the tea is ready as well, and I blow the surface of my cup, creating ripples. My first sip is hesitant as I try to adjust the temperature. After a few sips, I could feel the strong tea aftertaste on my tongue. Thank you for all those spaghetti monsters and flying fairies. Ah, this is bliss. We chat more as we eat, and I ask him about how the culinary norms have changed on the island. Apparently, most of the dishes I remember are still around. The largest change in cuisine is caused by the advancement on how food is produced. Oh, is that so? Come on. Max explains how nowadays a lot of ingredients can be produced synthetically, which reduces scarcity and seasonality. Jordan, this is not about cats, this is about doggos. She wants this story to be about cats. It's widely accepted that they are the same flavor and contain the same nutrients as naturally grown ingredients. I used to wonder why we have beef dishes on the island, but we've never seen an animal called a cow. That's kind of weird. I guess these synthetic flavors already existed 10 years ago, since beef has been around since before I was born. I just didn't know how they were synthetic. I learned from Max that lately there's been a rise in restaurants that offer wilder experimental foods with completely new synthetic inventions. This is a weird place. Besides the talking dogs, Scaly Pete is tough. Well, level up more. Max shows me some pictures on his phone, and we decide on a restaurant to try out next. He warns me that some flavors might really surprise me. You're fully leveled? Even dogs that try these things now and then have trouble getting used to some of the most outrageous invented flavors. Couldn't imagine a new invented flavor. I asked him to describe something he's tried before. Well, it was hard for him to convey it in terms of food I know. For example, one tasted like cinnamon and cabbage flavor mixed, but that doesn't describe it fully. I can only understand when I have had the chance to try it, I suppose. Frickin' hay fever or something. The guy mowing next door is coming in my window. Jordan, my eyes are burning. Yes, hi Jordan. We finish our food and reminisce a little more. However, there's one thing in our shared history we don't bring up. I get the uneasy feeling that I should wait a little longer for me to ease back into the culture of the island first. Max pays and we exit the restaurant. I'm quite full and nostalgic. Woof woof. We'll have a lot of time to do all these things, right? Back on the street, it's even busier than before we ate. It's the afternoon. Dogs probably don't have much to do but relax on the weekend. As before, the smell of all types of food waft out onto the street, and evening food stalls start being set up. Weird sentence. Well, that's what I guess they are. They look much more modern and clean. From the crash course in tech that Max gave me, they probably have automated ordering and all that, but the street seating and rustic charm remain. We push past a particularly crowded part of the street, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I don't really think about it, as it was probably someone brushing past me with their backpack by accident or something. I continue walk when I feel it again. Could also be mistaken me for someone else. I turn around to check. Did? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Who are you? She's a smaller Shiba Inu, but something tells me that she compensates for it with her attitude. Jordan, can you go lay down somewhere? Hey, talking to you. She's jumping up and down, up and down. Lay down, please, go to sleep. Her gaze on me is steely, way too steely for comfort. It's concerning that she seems to have approached me with purpose. Hopefully, she really just recognized me by chance. You don't remember me? She scoffs, discontent written clearly in her expression. Ooh, she's all fierce and growly, gnarly. Both dogs are kind of little lip up. I'm not surprised, but I'm still disappointed. Now that I have to waste time explaining things to you, how hard can it be explain how you know somebody from the past? And they're wearing weird shirts. What's going on? Some random dog just came up to me. You... Moachi, right? I remember you. Oh, wait. You? What are you here for? My business with Sid, of course. Not with you, but it's very interesting to know that you two are still in touch. She jerks her head to the side. Let's go somewhere more secluded, shall we? I don't move. Well, if it's something important, why don't you just message me? I'll give you my contact info. I'll convince you quickly. In short, anyone can now challenge you to an arena? But I don't think many dogs know what you look like now. Only a pawful. Ha ha ha. If you don't come with me right now, I'll post your information online. I already filmed a video of you, so everyone will know what you look like and sound like. That's impossible. Ugh, Sid. Ignore her. Let's go. I'm curious, but I don't think Max will be happy. Maybe Max will be willing to help her out. Sounds like something Casey would do. I'm curious. Whoa. It took me 16.66 seconds, slacker. It's okay. I'll go with her. You can head back. I'll meet with you after. ... I'm worried. It's a trap. I think I can handle it. I'll message you if anything seems weird. Actually, I'll come with you. Alright, thanks, Max. I address the stranger. Well, go with you. We'll go with you and hear you out. But convince me quickly. The tense walk later. Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, I have to push A. It doesn't look like they went far. We head to a nearby alleyway. Max looking quite reluctant and glaring at the Shiba Inu. They know each other. I wish I could ask him what he knows about her. But the best I could do is make sure nothing happens. I need information about this arena. Just say it, arena. Arena challenge she mentioned. Who are you? Sigh. ... Sid. She's Hen Feng Hong. ... What? I looked the dog up and down. Up and down. Her face should be the most important part to recognize her, but I realize I haven't even looked her in the eyes yet. It's a task not made easy by knowing who she is. It's like my eyes are resisting as I force myself, against my will, to look at her closely. Her eyes, the striking hazel, long lashes, her coat pale and fluffy. I lower my gaze. Ah, yes. Now I remember. It's just been a really long time, and you've changed a lot. I'm rambling, yet trying to put her in a calm front. As I was saying, now that you're back, it's a very interesting situation for all of us. You weren't supposed to just take the feather and leave. Not like my leaving affected anyone. Instinctively, I scuff and protest, but I know it's futile. Easy for you to say. ... Anyway, now that that's out of the way, she reaches into her shirt and pulls out her pennant. I avert my gaze again out of habit. I don't like looking at others' pennants because it feels like I'm intruding on someone's privacy. If I look closely at what's on them. Whoa, she moves closer, and all about flashes her pennant in front of my eyes. I flinch away involuntarily. If you want to show it to me, it's not necessarily. I don't need to see it. I start as I feel my pennant stirring in my pocket, or something stirring where my pennant is. My pennant can't move itself. That's impossible. These pennants. Then my pennant flies out of its own will to meet hers. Then comes at a glare of light, so brief that I barely comprehend what's happening. What the hell's going on? Sid! Max's voice is the last thing I register before everything goes dark. 1 week earlier, ... God, just one more snooze. I fumble on the desk for my phone. I almost drop it. Finally managed to grab it and turn off the alarm. I like this. She got the laptop over here, the dual screens over here, some more junk back over here. As usual, there's not much time left before my deadline. Walking time. Which means after the 4 alarms that I am allowed to snooze, even though it's my last day of work, I should be on time. I uncurl myself from the chair, stretching my sore limbs. Well, this is certainly the last time I'm going to fall asleep at my desk. The room is dark, with only a sliver of sunlight entering from the bottom of the blinds, giving indication that it's daytime. Thanks for that, host ambassadors. There's also 2 keyboards. One underneath, and the mouse is on the wrong side of the keyboard. That looks weird. I guess the dog is left-handed? I've never seen a mouse on that side of the keyboard, though, even if somebody's left-handed. That's weird. Okay. I slide off the chair, turn on the room light, and gather items I need for work, which are scattered around the room. Keys, cards, cash, sell. You have? I just haven't. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Just looks weird, even though I could put one right there and it's on that side of the keyboard. I'm assuming they're left-handed. Because my brother is left-handed and I think the mouse is on the normal side. I always say I should pack up the night before so I'm not scrambling like this every morning, but I never end up actually doing it the night before. I shove my bulky laptop and water bottle into my backpack. Then I fling open my closet and reach inside the sweater. For the sweater, I thankfully had foresight to set aside. You're left-handed, Evan, on the right side. Yeah, see, I mean, most people have it on the right. ... Ah, I can't find it. In the days after I had set aside the sweater, I piled other things inside the closet over it. I shove away some other items, hats, papers, and whatnot. Ah, there it is, my favorite gray sweater, a special outfit for a special day. You're already wearing it, dog. Everything collected, I sit down on the ledge of my bed and just take in a moment. Now is the perfect time to check my emails. Oh wait, I'm already almost late. I'll just take a quick look. Vapor store, confirmed your vapor purchase. Dear at Sidays, thank you for your purchase of a Veganetta 3. Attaches your digital receipt. Product ID 460790. Transaction ID D09304F53T. Total $22.59. Access your downloads. Please go to vapor.dog/account/downloads. Oh, right. Oops. Bleep bloop. Waiting for 6 years, but... Alright, let's look at these achievements. They're punful, I guess. Sid was waiting for it for 6 years, but Pawtail 3 win? Text me maybe. You sent your first Borg message. Blocked. You returned to Shiba Island. Met a strange dog. United with Max. Found your first clue. Maybe they're not all punful. How does 100%? You quit your office job. I hate games that do that. Oh, right. Oops. It's the purchase receipt for the game I had fallen asleep playing. I need to complete the campaign. I waited 6 years for it. I glanced at the top of my phone screen. There's still a couple minutes before I absolutely have to head out. Close my emails, open the message app. I could send some last words, but I have a feeling that it'll only weaken my resolve. Just one last text. The most important dog wouldn't hurt. Hey Q. I love you. Please don't forget me. I'll just check the spelling one more time. I'm just stalling so I have an excuse to wimp out and not send the message. I can't bring myself to directly say that I'm leaving now, but I hope she knows what I mean. With my paw poised on the screen for what seems like forever, press send. The familiar glass doors welcome me. I scan my fob key and step into the building. Doesn't feel like it was that long ago when I first entered these doors. I had been a fresh recruit, full of hopes and dreams, making an honest living for myself and contributing to society. I'm just here to pick up my stuff and do the paperwork. I repeat this to myself as I head down the familiar staircase. Pick up stuff, paperwork, that's it. Other dogs start to file into the building and come to stop to wish me well on my move to the west coast of Canada. Last week we had a small office celebration in honor of my work and departure from the job, which was heartwarming. It turns my heart to embarrassing goo, but I try not to admit how much I appreciate it. Left-handed people are possessed by the devil. I enter my office, which is separated from the corridor by a metal door and glass wall. Jordan, lay down, please. I scan my fob again. This is one of the most secure rooms in the building, despite that there isn't much to protect. Inside my office, I take a look at the computer monitors and the well-used keyboard. None of this is personal property, but I'm gonna miss it. Funny enough, my desk basically looks like my room at home. I feel guiltier about leaving now that I'm here. Like I'm throwing away all that I've built. All this. Surprising as this might be to the general populace, this research facility is responsible for a big portion of the technology innovation in Canada. In fact, the phone that I'm using right now and the associated software was popularized by prototypes created in this very facility. Interesting. Good to know. Come on, Jordan. If you're gonna jump up, jump up. I double check the desk drawers again and fill out a form to submit the Labrador Resources Department. Jordan, you are being too needy. With all the errands and formalities done, I take my leave for the last time. As I walk away, I can't help but look back to the building one last time. It's Q! Gordon, you are sitting so weird. There's a leaf blower outside now. No, I'm not gonna read it. It doesn't matter now. I must go. Oh, read the message, dude. Oh, hi, Jordan. Back at home, I get a backpack with some living essentials, and of course, my other set of keys, card, cash, and cell that would allow me to get around during my travels. I reach into my shirt and take out my pennant. My pennant from Shiba Island. It has 10 orbs, with smaller orbs surrounding them. What is this pennant? I've been wearing it all these years. My last connection to Shiba Island. It's a remnant of life long past. And while this pennant means nothing here, it's one of the essentials in a different land. It's time. I snap open the compartment in the back of the pennant. A once fluid movement, the clasp feels unfamiliar to me now. Where are you going, Jordan? He is standing on my UPSs now. I have a good, stable life here. That I earned. I brought myself here. Giving this up means moving backwards. But that also means letting go of the chance to see my brother again. As long as time moves forward, I will move forward too, no matter where I am. Inside the pennant compartment is a small feather, already glowing now that I have removed its bindings. The feather of truth, whose holder can alter reality. What is going on in this dog world? I make a wish. I wish to go back. Shiba Island. You return to Shiba Island. Come on, go away so I can read. It feels as if I stepped into a sauna. Within seconds, my coat feels heavy with condensation as if someone just threw a wet blanket on me. So I'm here. I've not moved one muscle since I made my wish to the feather, but these sounds constrained me with quietness of my room. Give me no doubt that my wish was indeed granted. In addition, these yelps and commotion really alert me to my situation. I'm not a strong reader. Shiba Inu scatters in front of me, yipping as if they saw a ghost. What is it? What is that obvious? I appeared out. Need some water. What? Was it obvious? That obvious I appeared out of thin air? This is not good. I can't believe I'm drawing attention already. I'm in what seems to be an open air night market. I scan my surroundings, trying to spot a gap or opportunity to make an exit. These barks are different, deep and booming, a stark contrast to the higher pitched yaps of the crowd. I look behind me, and it becomes evident why the dogs are scattering, or maybe it's just wishful thinking that I'm not the cause? Ooh, that's a mean looking dog. A Labrador retriever is bounding around. The Shiba Inu awful dwarfed by it in comparison. The crowd is herded towards the opposite direction. Jordan's coming back. Coming up here. I slink around the side and duck behind a food kiosk. Thanks to the Labrador, this area seems to be deserted. Now I'm undercover. I sneak my way towards what I hope is an exit. After some trial and error, though, the web of kiosks and seating areas, I emerge into the main road outside the market. Alright, there was just a thud in my living room. I need to go investigate. This one was trying to look all innocent. I don't know what she did. I see her growling coming up on the screen. And she ran. Yes, I just got mangled. I read that after some trial and error though, the web kiosk. Hey, we're back at the other area. Hey, this way. The voice comes from behind me, and I start my fur rising on ends against my will. What the fish fillet? Someone followed me without me noticing? What the fish fillet? That's a funny... I like that. What the fish fillet? The Labrador Retriever from before emerges as the speaker, falling into step beside me. That was supposed to be a snarl. Just didn't come out right. Did you say something? Cough, cough? I hope that was menacing enough. What do you want? To help you, of course. I'll guide you somewhere safe. Now the dog looks all friendly and cute. What? Who is this dog? I'll just feign ignorance for now. Somewhere safe? I think you mistaken me for someone else. I don't want to be rude, but I know you've been away for a long time, so you probably don't even know where you are. Labrador's voice is soft, quiet, a contrast from her towering physique. Well, I'm quite used to this height difference in Canada, but seeing her towering over the crowd of Shiba Inus earlier amplifies the difference. What to do? Continue? Tell her to get away? Let's continue. This is getting creepy. It's like she knows who I am. What does she want? Well, I'll just pretend I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not going to reveal any information I might regret. You're not wrong. I'm just trying to get my bearings here. So could you just point me to the closest Massif rapid transit station? Of course, but before that, I want to ask you some questions. ... Okay, never mind. This is getting weird. I should just find the MRT station myself. I just want to help you, Miss Feather. What did you say? That's not my name. You've definitely mistaken me for someone else. Sorry, let me try that again. I didn't want to be so direct. But you didn't get the hint. Could you speak up? I mean, Sid, bearer of the feather, I want to help you. Huh? Fish bones. He really does know who I am. GG. Double GG. Lean 1, 2, or 3. Okay. You want to help me, you say? So I'll ask this again. Why don't you start by guiding me to a Mastiff rapid transit station? 1. Don't worry, I will. But first, let's take a selfie. I want you to take this. She produces from her pockets a wristband of sorts. It's a wrist phone. I'll contact you with it, and you can reach me in turn. ... Thank you, but why do you think we'll be in contact after this? There's no reason for me to get involved in whatever that it is that you want. Well, for one, I guessed it would be troublesome if dogs knew you were back on the island, so I created a diversion. That's not reassuring at all. He knows way too much about me. Who the fishbone is she? I need to learn as much about her as possible. Who the fishbone is she? I know you could really use my help. You know, you've gotten yourself in trouble too, right? You'll probably get arrested for disturbing the peace like you did. Nice. I am so far behind in that game. Hopefully, if everything goes right, I'll be playing it Monday night. I have a story set up. Plus, I'm a Labrador living in Shiba Inu Island. I'm sure you already know I am constantly in the spotlight. Poor doggo. Right in. You're too needy. I know all too well, but I'm not going to say that. If she doesn't know I've lived in the world of Labradors, I'm certainly not going to reveal that to her. Huh. When you put it that way. But like you said, I'm trying to avoid attention. So shouldn't I avoid being associated with you altogether? Burn. She sighs quietly. Aww. I'd hope it wouldn't come to this, but you need to believe me when I say I want to help you. I can help you find your brother. ... Okay. Huh? I've heard enough. I'll take your doggone phone. But if I find out that you're any sort threat to me, you better watch out. Of course, I understand. She offers a paw to me. I hear bendering in the living room now. Why Lee, by the way? Well, you already knew my name. We shake paws. The Labrador just smiles mysteriously and gives me detailed directions to the nearest MRT station. Meet Kwai Lee. You met a strange dog. Is she friend or foe? DG station, huh? That means I appeared kind of far south. Good thing it's in Taipa, though, where I need to be. I head into the station while the lab heads off her own way. So many thoughts are running through my head. The entire encounter still seems unreal, and it's something I can never have imagined happening. Gah, Sid, focus. You need to get to Max's. I find the MRT station according to the lab's directions. Thank dog the directions were accurate. Large, hovering signs point out directions to various transit lines. Although I have been in the station in the past, it seems much larger than before, the layout having been expanded and rearranged. I slip out my pennant at the gates, scanning it to pay so it'll allow me through. I keep the pennant face down and hope that no one thinks it's strange. There's a large interactive display, and I see that there are many more lines than before, basically crisscrossing the entirety of Taipa in the outer metropolitan area. I place a paw on the destination, and a route draws itself on the digital display from the current station to my paw. I follow the instructions to the correct platform, and transit arrives shortly. Sometime later, ... The ride is smooth, and I emerge up north of the city without incident. Looks like the same place, just black and white. What you thinking about, Clover? It's a quieter residential area. My destination is sandwiched between other similar buildings that were built to be tall and narrow rather than take up the ground level. Approaching the well-memorized address, I feel more and more apprehensive with each step. Hey sub, how you doing? A promise is a promise. This is the only place I can go. There's an intercom panel on the ground floor. Scrolling through the names, I find the correct one. That's the one. ... Taking a deep breath, I tap on it. The doors slide open shortly after I tap the panel, but there is no further response or communication from it. Does Max still live here? I can go in, but what if it isn't Max that just buzzed me in? I hesitate. Less than ideal scenario is running through my head. I take a deep breath. Stop it. There's only one way to find out. I step into the open door, onto a lift so small it could only possibly fit one dog. Well, one Labrador Retriever, 2 Shiba Inus. Oops, I still can't help but think about in space terms of Canada space. Soundlessly, the lift rises, and I am a bundle of nerves. My stomach churns on nothing. I really do hope it's Max. Their intercom might not have two-way communication. My old residence did, but I can't assume everyone has it, even after all these years. I do still have his number on my old phone, but I wonder if my old phone balance is still valid. Before I could decide whether to attempt calling ahead, the lift comes to a halt. No other way but forward. Step onto the narrow corridor. Doors line the corridor, and I take a look at the order of the numbers before heading to the direction to the number 13. ... Let's do something. Come on. Am I a bad aunt if I'm making myself pancakes but then tell the kids to go get Eggo waffles from the fridge for themselves? Ooh, that's debatable. Yeah, people don't follow the rules everywhere. Like I said, when I was at the brewery yesterday, it was weird sitting at a table with our masks off, especially since it was with coworkers. Just as I raise my paw to knock, the door swings open. You? Max? Sid! He ushers me in and makes sure the door closed securely. Look who it is! That's one messy room. That's not too bad, though. Very cluttered wall. You're finally back! I've been waiting for this moment all these years. It's really him. It really is him. He's here. He's kept his word. I'm so relieved. I'm so happy to see a familiar face. Excited dogs do one thing on the carpet, though. I reach out my paws to embrace him. He obliges, and I eagerly hug him close. He smells like honey and cream, and I notice that under my touch, his coat is as sleek and shiny as ever. Weird description of a dog? I'm so happy to see you. Max just yaps happily, wagging his tail so vigorously that I could feel it moving him side to side by my embrace. Max helps me settle into the place. It's quite cozy, and despite the modern exterior of the building itself, he's decorated his rooms with vintage furniture and flourishes. It's also different since their parents are there. Their parents should kind of be making them pancakes, but It's a weird scenario. And their parents should be dictating what they eat, in my opinion. Ah, don't scare us. I get the feeling he's really into the vintage aesthetic. Maybe it's making a comeback into the island now. He shows me his collection of concert billets arranged on his wall. All musicians that I know of, meaning they go back to at least a decade. Youngest brother and you. Oh, I mean, kids need some strictness in their life. Remember Jay Chow Chow? Oh, of course. I remember when we'd watch his music videos back then on our flip phones. The days of 360p. Yeah. The fact that he called it 360p, that is funny. It's a really nice apartment compared to Max's old one. I suppose his final ranking allowed him an upgrade. He gestures me over to his desk, and as I peer on, he sweeps aside a pile of old records. Then, he wiggles under the desk to activate something. There's a hiss, and a panel slides open on the surface of the desk. It's a touchscreen panel, glowing faintly with a green tint. I can see my reflection in it, along with some menu icons that I cannot make sense out of. It's a security system. Pretty sophisticated, eh? No one would suspect there would be such a system in an apartment like this. ... The door is actually secured with hidden bars that can be controlled from here, and there are sensors programmed to detect living matter other than you and me. He goes on about the security measures and gadgets, but suddenly, I cannot find it in me to focus. I'm really hoping he didn't do all this for my return, but it is the most obvious explanation. Not yet. I'm hoping to get some stuff done today. If I get the stuff done today, I might have an announcement tomorrow. It depends what I can do today. I take a deep breath, holding a paw up to signal I want to speak. It takes Max a brief moment to notice, but eventually he stops in the middle of his explanation. Max, I really appreciate your preparations. My throat feels closed up as I swallow and chew air to make it possible to continue speaking. It is, and you could do it in like an hour if you don't read it all. Yeah, if you skip the story, it's like bink, 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 bink. I just want to... How do I put this? I just want to reiterate... I can't speak sometimes. That this could be really dangerous for you. I want you to reconsider it. Sid? And I think some dog is following me, and I have no idea what she wants. Sid! ... Sid, it's okay. I've always wanted to be able to find you help. I promised you long ago I would stand by your side, even if the world turns against you. And now, you need to let me do that, please. His eyes are warm, and I compose myself. I can't be weak. I need to be calm, so I can make the best decisions for Max and myself. Alright, but I need to tell you about the Labrador I met today. She knows a lot about me. I'll start from the beginning. You know, I used the feather to get back to the island. I reappeared in some night market near DG Station. First thing I saw was a huge crowd of dogs, and all running away from me, so I thought it was because they witnessed my grand appearance or something. I don't even know if I appeared with a light or a poof of smoke or something, but I'm pretty sure I appeared out of thin air. But it turned out there was a Labrador just causing a ruckus, so I sneaked away. Then the lab just appeared behind me. She said she made a distraction on purpose because it would be inconvenient for me to be noticed. Thank you for that, host Clover. She even knows why I'm back on the island. It's very, very unnerving, even to me. You're all dementia, duh. Max nods his head solemnly. He's been waking up later and later. What you thinking about, Clover? I might have made a mistake, but she gave me a wrist phone and I took it. I take it out of my pocket and show it to Max. I hadn't put it on yet. He takes it, staring gingerly, and examines it from every angle before waving a paw over the central watch face. I've never really looked at a wrist phone up close before, and take the opportunity to do so. The circular face, rather than being a screen itself, holds a light source where a hologram is projected from. The hologram functions like a screen of any other electronic device, but it's much larger and can be put away in a simple touch. It kind of looks like a fan unfolding and folding back. Yes, we better save that thinking emoji for Clover. Entering for Clover. I angle my body away gradually until I cannot see the contents of the screen. There's some sort of view angle limit, which works great for me. No, this is Rat. Nope. Another rat. Sometimes I might be typing or reading questionable material, but even if not, I don't want dogs seeing it. It's a good novel, it's fun. It's a weird story, these dogs and their technology. She told me to contact her with this. Do you think I should? Weekly Rat Game hype? I'll probably do it anyway. Even if Max doesn't agree with me. I'm not sure how dangerous it might be, and I don't want to compromise this safe house. She did mention my brother, though. I just want to find out what she wants. So Jordan was entering for Casey, and Casey was entering for Boo. So does that mean Boo gets the code? Boo-hoo. Well, Jordan entered for Casey, and Casey entered for Boo. Which means Boo wins. By default. Because that's... I'll send that to you on Discord, Boo. Oh, they're kissing now. Max is still holding the wrist phone, so I held it close to him to read and use the menus. I hesitantly touch the paw on the screen where it says messages and opens the corresponding app as Max looks on. We do need to save that emoji for Clover. Boo earns. Boo earns. It's empty, so maybe there's a contact list? I scan the interface, but there's no back button. I press the side of the screen. First left, then right, but it's futile. Left. Right. How about tapping it? Okay, maybe sliding up and down? Nothing. Max, you've been grinning at me for so long. A little help here? You could set up any gesture you want to return to the previous screen, but the default is the face. He taps on the wristband face where the hologram is projected from. Oh. Alright, let's find this lab's contact info. Are you sure you want to get in touch with her? ... Do you trust her? Only as much as I trust a stranger, really. So, no, I don't trust her that much, but there is a high enough possibility that she has information that could be useful to me. It's an uncertain situation, though, and I'm just guessing at the odds. It does seem oddly specific that she knows the main reason I'm back. I'm back here. The risk may outweigh the potential gains. Again, the words potential, possibly, uncertainly. I'm getting deja vu. So cold, calculating. Just the right arena tracking, kicking back in. Information, the reason you decided to come back? I snap out of my thoughts as Max starts to speak again. I don't mean to pry, but I'm wondering, what was the reason? You noticed what I said, huh? Well, the truth is, one of the reasons I decided to come back now is to find out if my brother is alive. Your brother? Chun Wen, was it? Right, he disappeared after the last arena. Yeah, I just have this regret that I didn't even bother finding out what happened before, and I just up and left. I understand. I'll help you find out what happened. Wait, so the lab, she said she knows something about him? She was so certain about it. So while I have no idea of her intentions, she could either be a powerful ally or an enemy. I figured that would have been a powerful. Either way, I suppose it's best to contact her, so I won't be blindsided. So she won't be blindsided us if she is an enemy. Why are you always thinking Clover? Clover, are you going to Facebook? Of course. I leave this up to you. You've taken me in, and I don't want her to follow me back here and jeopardize the place. Like you said, I agree it's a good idea to contact her in case she comes here looking for you. But first, let's find her contact information on this phone. We go through the apps. There are only the essentials. Not in the contacts book either, huh? He taps the recent calls, and there's a single call history. Alright. Holds up a paw for a high five. Thanks, Max. Now, you do the honors. I tap the call button, and while it rings, Max sets up the phone. Max sets the phone call to block our camera feed. I'm going to play it safe and not let her get any hints of my surroundings and whereabouts, just in case. Waiting. ... Hey, good to see that you made it somewhere safe. ... Why did you want me to contact you? Like I said, I want to help you. And how exactly? Well, as I said, you probably want to stay under the radar. An eye-catching Labrador like myself would be perfect for distracting anyone on your trail. No? I roll my eyes, making sure she can see my skepticism, but they're blocking the camera. While I agree you are definitely eye-catching, from the corner of my eye, I notice Max trying not to smirk widely. Uh-oh. That was not what I meant, but will make it even more difficult to stay under the radar if anyone on the outside makes a connection between you and me. So based on that, how really could you help me? ... That's what I was hoping you would tell me, Sid. What actions do you plan to execute? How can I help you achieve it? I still don't understand her real intentions, but she does seem sincere. I need to carefully consider what I say. Still, since she's offering her help, it wouldn't hurt to have someone to do the riskier tasks in my place. ... Also, are you alone? Quietly breaks the silence before I can formulate a sentence. She might have taken my slow response to indicate silent correspondence with someone else. No, I'm with a friend. An accomplice. ... I don't know why you have to put it that way, but I guess you could say that. He's a trustworthy companion helping me. I didn't expect to have to compete for this position of top hedgehog dog. ... Well, as you mentioned, I want to find my brother. Before I tell you my plans, I want to know how you know about my brother. Aha! So you're saying you don't trust me because I have this piece of information. I revealed it so you would have incentive to contact me, and I was right, wasn't I? Huh? She's so smug about successfully having manipulated my actions. Let's praise her. I'm impressed you set me up and predicted my actions thoroughly. Huai Li grins, with the tennis ball in her mouth. I imagine that it would be no easy task to get a hold of the feather bearer, much less keep her attention. I had to rack my brain and do lots of research of the beaten path. Well, you've got my attention. I have a missed call. But let's get to the point, shall we? How did you figure out the reason that I came back to the island? Riley chuckles. A little patience, please, Sid. The truth is, anyone smart enough could figure out that you'd be interested in finding out the fate of your brother. The arena archives are open to anyone that is patient enough to go through the hoops to get approved for access. Too many stupid alerts on my phone. Yeah, what's up with that, Clover? Oh, he can't stream anymore, Jordan. Clover's not allowed to stream. Apparently, you can't stream native to Mixer anymore. Or per Casey, you can't stream native. I don't know if that's true or not. It wasn't difficult to find online that your brother disappeared after the final arena, but it also confirmed it from the official records. Your infamous disappearance happened shortly after that, so I guessed that you would have regrets about it. ... Right. That is convincing of, if not creepy, but like she said, the records of past arenas are available to public access. Any dog that tries hard enough could put the timeline together and figure it out. What worries me is her understanding of the way I think. That probably means she's researched a lot of other things about my past life. I'd really rather have her as an ally. So here's my proposal. If you want more information, I have a lead on what you're seeking, but I'd rather not reveal any more over the call. Meet me at DG Station, the stall where I found you, tomorrow at noon. A lead! But with that, the call is terminated. That was sudden. Well, what matters is she says she has a lead. I'll go meet her tomorrow. Be careful. She does seem sincere, but I really don't know what's in it for her. Max, would you like to come with me? I would like to go, but only if you're sure it's the best for your plans. I don't want to burden you. Nonsense. You won't be a burden. I think I will trust her now. And let her know about you, of course. If she tries to threaten you in any way, that trust will be over. Ed. After that, we quickly plan out the transportation and prepare to sleep. Max insists I take the bed while he sleeps in the living room, and after some protest, I accept. It's been a really, really long day. So strange that just this morning I was still in Canada with my job, having to work for a living. I just threw all that away, and soon enough I'll find out if all that was worth it. Rip Clover. I tucked the wrist phone away, into a bag. If Kwai Li somehow hacked its camera or mic, I'd rather not have it show more than what could be seen during our video call. Rip Casey Stream 2020. Good night, Max. I hear his voice from the living room, which was the room next to mine. Sleep tight, Sid. And with that, I close my eyes, and sleep soon takes over me. One sleep after... ... He has a laptop that can do it, but he doesn't want to use OBS. He says it's too much work. Too many freaking... Alright, all my alerts are cleared on my phone. In the morning, Max suggests that we go to lunch after a meeting with the lab, which I agree. Lab? Huh. It does have a name. Kwai Li, wasn't it? Like we agreed on, Max joins me as I head to the meeting with Kwai Li. Again, when I enter the transit station, I scan my pennant face down. I don't want more unwanted attention on my movements. If dogs see my full pennant face... He could just stream on Twitch. But he said he's moving to Facebook. That's what everyone says, he said. That is, in addition to Kwai Li's totally unwanted attention. We emerge from the underground at DG Station, which is in the central zone of Tai Pa. It's a really busy area, full of businesses and restaurants. The stall where Kwai Li accused me yesterday isn't far from the station, and we get there a bit earlier than noon, which was our agreed upon time. I don't have much of an appetite, so Max orders ahiyu jelly with lemonade for both of us. Shortly after, Kwai Li strolls down the lane. It's immediately noticeable such a large dog living on this island where nothing was made to the scale of her size. I fight the urge to chuckle at the thought. I conveniently forget that the same could be said about me in Canada. Those stairs were always hell to climb, not to mention that I could never reach anything on the shelves in the stores. She spots and joins me at the table. At the same time, Max gets back. Hi. Who's this? I love that they do the dog head tilt. This is Max, my friend. He's helping me out. Ah, you must be the accomplice that was there during the phone call yesterday. Max gives her a distrustful look and just grunts in response. Kwai Li doesn't appear offended. Last night, I said that I have information. Well, for full disclosure, it's not completely true. What? I'm on alert, as the first thought that crosses my mind is that this is a trap. What she said on the phone was believable enough that I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, but could she have just played me again? I mean, I said I have a lead, but it really just is that, a lead. I can't make more sense out of it, but I think you could, Sid. What a prankster, this Labrador. I try to calm down, but something still doesn't seem right about this whole situation. There's nothing glaringly wrong, but maybe it's my ancestral instincts speaking? Logically speaking, hearing Kwai Li out is the best option I have right now. It's a trap! It's a trap! Okay, so this isn't a waste of time after all. Use... Can't think of what they're called. Tweezers. I have some on my desk, actually. Use tweezers. They go, I pinch. Manscape. You don't like those tweezers? Please, Sid. You couldn't be slightly less rude. My wife might have some of those, I don't know. Let's apologize. Interesting, it took me 3.83 seconds. That took some time. Fish sticks, Sid. You've gone all soft. But I suppose I can apologize. I'm sorry. You've mentioned my rudeness when we were on the phone, too. I should have taken that more sincerely. Dot dot dot. I wasn't expecting you to remember that. Thanks. Hehe. Must be time. I'm pretty dense, but occasionally I notice when dogs are upset, I guess. That doesn't mean you're off the hook, Quiley. I'll decide how much more to trust you after the show, after you show me what you have. I guess I can't gain your trust 100% just like that, eh? Always pragmatic, like your arena performances. Dot dot dot. She's probably laughing internally at how uncomfortable I look. I guess that's evident from my facial expressions, huh? I like how Max is just sitting there. Hi, I'm all here. I'm cute. But she obliges me and takes out a thick envelope from her bag. She slides it towards me. I gingerly take out the contents. On the top of the stack is a blurred photo. It's printed on thick, glossy material. From the blurriness and low resolution of the picture, I could tell the camera that was taken was quite old, even by the technology standards from before I left the island. The dog in the focal point of the picture has a stocky stature and has a dark blue shirt on. His coat color is the exact same as mine. Huh? It's him, alright. That was a weird heartbeat or something. Chun Wen! When was this taken? It's the last time he was ever seen. He was on the way to the final arena. I also managed to get my paws on his transit history. I sift through the contents of the envelope. Under the printed picture is a thick, stapled stack of what looks to be a spreadsheet. The print is tiny, with rows and rows of data so close to each other that I have to hold the paper up to my face to inspect it. Even with a cursory scan of the information, I can tell two stations appear in turn frequently. KH station and NJ station, huh? With an even closer look, I notice that they appear at 9 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon, respectively. 9 to 5? Is this some joke? At this point, Quiley interjects. If it doesn't take any computer to see that there's a very clear pattern. Though, I did feed the data through some simple algorithms to double check if there are any anomalies that I missed by canine error. It's just New Jersey station at 9 a.m. and KH station at 5 p.m. every single day since the day after the last arena. Right. And the weirdest thing is that it's all exactly on the hour. The MRT hardware that captures the pennant scans, does it round up to the hour? Nope, it's supposed to capture the exact millisecond, or some fraction of a second. It's pretty precise. This is it. This is an amazing lead, given that it's to be believed. Well, that's your own fault. I've told you you should not be on Insiders if you're streaming from that Xbox. How long ago did I tell you to leave Insiders? Blame Clover. It's clearly a manipulated log, and I can't imagine for what other reason than to be noticed, and perhaps even send a message. This is great, quietly. Thanks. I stack the papers together tightly and insert them back into the envelope. Can I take this? Yeah, certainly. Though for security reasons, I'm not giving you the digital copies. That's all you're getting. That's fair. Wouldn't want to leak or something. How did you get this information? I tracked down a source in the massive Rapid Transit Corp. The source was able to download these files for me, as they are not highly classified. Anyone who has a basic customer service tier access could get these logs. However, the pattern might indicate that your brother is able to hack or manipulate the transit logs, which could potentially draw the attention of the Mastiff Rapid Transit Corp. Of course, I convinced the source to keep quiet about this discovery for now. I wouldn't put it past him to have hacked his pennant or transit entry gates to automatically detect the... Well, yes, use your other Xbox. Wait. I take out the spreadsheet again to look at the balance column. Silly me, now that I think about it, this might be a clue. Since the beginning of the log, the balance has only been going down linearly. As far as I could tell, a quick graph could confirm that. Exactly. Too much work. Everything is too much work for Clover. And now the very first day, the balance was a hefty sum. More than enough to cover expenses for not only transit, but all the aspects of a dog's life on the island. Where did he get all these tags? Actually the answer seems obvious. He probably was able to acquire all the currency he desires somehow. I would like all the currency I desire. Ah, yes, the balance is quite the wealthy one, your brother. I did a quick visualization of the data, and it's a straight line going down. The fares are deducted each day, every single day. I didn't notice any anomalies, other than the huge sum of tags he could afford to load as balance. That was the extent of what I could observe. You know your brother better than anyone, so I thought that you could make more sense of this than I could. Sure, I'll examine it closer at home. Don't feel comfortable doing it here in the open. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed, quietly. Thank you for this. I pack up the files and raise to leave. Max follows suit and stands. Despite having said nothing during the whole exchange, he seems to be thinking hard. Wait a moment. You don't want to plan your next steps? Our next steps? Well, I was thinking I could tell you what I decide after I browse through these. Aw, come on. And here I was thinking we'd be collaborating as equals. Look, I'm grateful for the information. I really appreciate her efforts and investment and all in this quest, but I don't want her doing more than necessary and drawing attention. That is the highest priority. I'd prefer you don't do anything rash while investigating, and only gather information for me after I decide what would be helpful. ... You're not hearing me. GG. Are you really? I don't think you have enough time in this month to catch dementia. That's quite a leap. Yeah. Only. I'm quite a ways behind. Clover's on a run again. Wow, Havor's on a run. You're not hearing me. I've already planned my next step, and I'm not going to ask for your permission to carry it out. Fish sticks! What a stubborn dog. ... Right, what's your next step then? I was thinking I could acquire security footage from those 2 stations at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Don't you think that would be valuable? I guess I can hear her out. That would be valuable, I agree. But how do you plan on doing that? I imagine that security footage requires high clearance, so I don't want to do something that draws too much attention, you hear? Don't worry. If I get caught, I'll take the blame. I'll say that I'm working independently and you will not be implicated. ... You're willing to take the risk all by yourself for this? What's in it for you? I really do have your best interests at heart. I've given you all of this, and you still don't believe me, do you? She sighs, but seems to be composed herself quickly. It's alright. Never mind what I said, but I'll be as careful as I can for you. I feel a bit guilty. Perhaps I was being too harsh. And what does she mean for me? I don't even know her. Just let me know whatever steps you take, alright? And I'll report all your progress to me. Will do. She rises up, steps away from the table, signaling to the end of the meeting. Catch you next time, Shibas. She nods to me and Max. Later. Deuces. See ya, lab. Riley nods, and without another word, sweeps past us and away into the depths of the market. Waiting until she's out of sight, Max and I leave the stall as well. My bag feels heavy with the envelope. I now have both literally and figuratively with all the possibilities that it brings. Much as I want to start closer investigation on the matter, right this instance, I'll deal with this later tonight. Max and I are going to lunch. Present day. Island year 224? Weird. I never thought I'd see Hen Fen Hong again. Maybe, really, I just avoided her precisely so I wouldn't see her again, given the way things ended between us. The thought keeps echoing in my head, though I struggle to stop it. It just won't go away. Maybe it's making up for all the years that I haven't had to deal with this issue? Given the way things ended? Nothing could have changed about it. There was absolutely nothing I could have said to change things. I have nothing to say now either. Island year 208, Arena 9, day 1. I shift my weight around, trying to get comfortable. Once I find a position that feels right, I hold myself still. My eyes are closed, and I try to relax. Not a surprise when I feel cold, gurgling moisture under my paws, but I flinch away anyway. Thick, freezing gel rises around me, and I take deep breaths. My mask is on properly, and I'm breathing. We will win this arena together. I will do anything I can. I'll do anything so that we can stay together forever. Island year 2008, Arena 9, day 5. I clamber up the narrow steps, teeth firmly gripping my loot, which is wrapped in a piece of cloth. I almost slip as one of the steps shifts under me, and I scrabble scrabble with my claws, trying to get a foothold on the dirt. The steps are actually rough. Cut rocks that some dog had shoved into the dirt of the mountains. An efficient use of natural resources, but sadly not as safe as urban constructs. Though, since I'm not risking my real life, I shouldn't be too critical. What the frick? Faster! I must get back to her faster. Forcing the final step, I sling my precious cargo up before hoisting myself up to a clearing. A bit further in, hidden behind the overgrowth, is my secret hideout. I tried to carefully so that it wouldn't disrupt the illusion that had no dogs had been around here. I tisked 3 times, just so my faction would know that I'm not an intruder. There is no response, which is normal. I hear a large, thick tangle of branches and leaves. To the unsuspecting dog, there is nothing here. However, I move aside a section of the branches, revealing a small hole that I duck into. Inside, a Shiba Inu comes out and sniffs me, and I stand still, allowing him to tug the package from my teeth. I watch him unravel the package and wait while he inspects, prods, and sniffs its contents. Finally, he is done and gives a nod. Good news, Fanshu. Those are all supplies I got. Well, never mind Fanshu. Fen isn't here, so I must hurry to her. I scoop up the entire bag, not waiting for Fanshu's response. Hasting further inside our plant enshrouded compound. I approach the blanket-covered figure lying in a bed, carefully layered leaves. I move beside her, careful not to jostle her. I nudge her cheek with my nose. Hey, Fen. The pale Shiba Inu looks up at me groggily. Did you rest well? You still look... I'm much better, really. But I'm glad you got back safe. I show her the supplies. One of them is a bottle of wound-treating solution. Here, show me your paw. Much better now, like I said. She pulls her paw from under the blanket and shows it to me. As she said, the wound has healed drastically. That doesn't mean you don't need the best care, Fen. We can't have anything go wrong at this stage. I soak a clean cloth, the wound-treating solution, and take her paw gently. Sid, wait! She jerks her paw away, and I'm left holding the cloth over thin air. What's wrong? I just can't justify using something like this right now. Fanshu didn't tell you, but he got a nasty scratch from a trap yesterday during his rounds. He really needs it more than me. I'll try to take her paw again. He looked fine when I came in, and there's more than enough to spare. No, I said I don't want it. Angriness. I stare at her in stunned silence, her stout shout ringing in my ears. Finally, I gather myself and stand up. Alright, I'll go help Fanshu with his injury. But, can we talk after I'm back? Suit yourself. I march off, my shoulders stiff. I stop myself from shaking. I just had spent 2 days circling the enemy faction's perimeters, waiting to raid their medical supplies. Of course, I'd also gathered a lot of intel on their strategies and movement patterns. After I talk things out with Fen, I should call a faction meeting to discuss our plans of attack, based on my new information. Hey Fanshu. Hey Sid, how's Fen? Her wound is healed quite well, and she insisted that I use this on you instead. What, me? I don't need that, I'm not hurt. Fen said you got injured during your rounds. On the way in, I hadn't noticed him acting like he was injured, but now that I'm standing closer to him, I can see he's holding his body at an angle. Seems like he's trying to only show me the right side of his torso. Seems like he's only trying to show me the right side of his torso to me. That's worded weird. Turn your other side around. Really, I'm fine. I smirk and dash around him, pulling back his shirt. As Hai Fen said, I could see a long gash on the left side of his body. The shirt was slightly bloody, as well as the side of an easy giveaway, which that explains why he was angling it away from me. It's just good practice to not let the weakness be easily accessed by another dog, even if we're teammates. I hadn't thought Fan Shu to be... Whoa. I pressed A on accident. Alright, come now. Don't want this solution drying out, so it's out and going to waste. I'm fine, but I'm only doing this since Hai Fen said so. Finally, Fan Shu stands still and allows me to treat his wound. Don't be so prideful. Hai Fen gave this up so you could stay alive. I was going to stay alive anyway. He mumbled before trailing off. At least that's what I think I heard. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Well, I'm not going to say that out loud, of course. On top of not seeming too bright, I've always considered Fan Shu to be disposable when we joined this faction. Wow. He surprised me by being one of the last of us remaining. Endure and survive, huh? But once we get rid of the last rival faction, he's going down. That is, if he isn't eliminated during the fight anyway. He was a pawn from the start. I never told Hai Fen these plans directly, but I thought she would have guessed. And she would have known I intended to get rid of Fan Shu after we have our talk. Sometime later. Well, my throat's getting too dry to continue to speak, so this is where I'm going to end this stream today. This has been A Summer with Shiba Inu, available now on the Xbox Store. Tomorrow I will be streaming Octonaut. Where is it? See, too much work. Clover, come on. Gotta put work into it. So tomorrow I will be streaming Octonaut, and I might also stream something else before that. Not sure. Anyway, got to get some stuff done today. Maybe an announcement tomorrow. Anyway, I will chat with you all later. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Stay safe out there.